Have you ever wondered if you could jump into the future or revisit the past? Time travel, a concept that has tantalized human imagination for centuries, is truly an enigma. Let's delve into this fascinating concept and unravel its mysteries one layer at a time. To understand time travel, we first need to grasp the concept of time itself. Time, as we perceive it, is linear. We move forward from one moment to the next. But what if we could break free from this linearity? What if we could leap into the future or rewind to the past? The concept of moving forward in time is relatively more digestible. It's a phenomenon we experience every day, albeit at a fixed pace. But according to Einstein's theory of relativity, time isn't constant. It's flexible and can be manipulated. This is where the concept of time dilation comes into play. In simple terms, time dilation is the difference in the elapsed time measured by two observers. Now imagine an astronaut traveling through space at nearly the speed of light. According to Einstein's theory, the astronaut's clock would tick slower than the clocks on Earth. So if our space traveler returned to Earth after a few years of light-speed travel, they might find that while they've only aged a few years, decades have passed on Earth. In this way, they've jumped into the future. This might sound like something out of a science fiction novel, but it's a real concept that has been tested and proven with precise atomic clocks. Time dilation shows us that moving forward in time, at least in theory, is possible. But what about moving backward in time? That's where things get even more complex. We're talking about paradoxes, alternate realities, and a whole lot of theoretical physics. It's an entirely different ballgame, one that has both excited and puzzled scientists for years. So, in theory, moving forward in time seems possible. But what about going back? Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the enigma of time travel in our next segment. What happens if you travel back in time and alter events? Could you create a time paradox? These questions lead us into a realm of mind-bending possibilities and paradoxes. One of the most famous time paradoxes is the grandfather paradox. It goes something like this. Imagine, if you will, that you've hopped into your handy time machine and traveled back to a time when your grandfather was a young man, long before your parents were born. What if you accidentally or intentionally caused his demise? This would mean your parents could not have been born, and subsequently, neither could you. But if you were never born, then how could you have traveled back in time to alter these events in the first place? This is the conundrum of the grandfather paradox. To solve such paradoxes, some theoretical physicists propose the existence of parallel universes. The idea is that when you travel back in time and change something, you're not actually altering your own past. Instead, you're creating a new, parallel universe where events unfold differently. So, in the case of the grandfather paradox, you'd end up in a universe where you were never born, but your original universe, where you did exist and did travel back in time, would still be intact. You've essentially created an alternate timeline, where you are both present and absent at the same time. It's a concept that's as fascinating as it is mind-boggling. Parallel universes are not just a convenient solution for time travel paradoxes, though. They could also explain other mysteries of quantum physics. For instance, the strange behavior of particles in the quantum world, where they can seemingly exist in multiple states at once, might be due to their existence in multiple universes simultaneously. However, the existence of parallel universes is still a topic of debate, and it's yet to be proven. But it's a concept that opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. Who knows? There might be countless versions of you, living out different lives in different universes, each as real as the one you're experiencing now. But the concept of parallel universes opens up a whole new can of worms. If every decision you make spawns a new universe, how many versions of you could there be? This question takes us on a thrilling journey into the concept of parallel universes, or the multiverse theory. This theory, as wild as it may sound, is a serious subject of discussion in the realm of theoretical physics. The multiverse theory suggests that our universe is not alone. Instead, it's part of an unimaginably vast ensemble of universes, each with its own laws of physics, its own history, its own breathtaking landscapes. These universes, or multiverses, are like bubbles in an endless cosmic ocean, each one unique, each one a world unto itself. But where do you fit into this grand cosmic picture? Well, here's where things get really interesting. According to the multiverse theory, every decision you make, no matter how insignificant, creates a new universe. So when you decided to watch this video instead of doing something else, a new universe was born. In this new universe, another version of you exists, living out the path you didn't take. This version of you, your doppelganger, is not some mirror image or clone, but an entirely separate entity with its own experiences, its own thoughts, its own dreams. And this process repeats every time you make a decision, from the momentous to the mundane. Now, if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by this idea, you're not alone. It's a lot to take in. The notion that there could be countless versions of you, each inhabiting their own universe, each living out a different sequence of events, is truly mind-boggling. But remember, this is just a theory. It's one of many attempts to explain the mysteries of our universe and its place in the grand scheme of things. Whether it's true or not, it's a fascinating concept that challenges our understanding of reality and our place within it. Imagine the countless versions of you living out every possible outcome. This is the beauty and the mystery of the multiverse theory, a journey into a multitude of realities. Do you remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s? If so, you might have experienced the Mandela effect. This phenomenon is named after the anti-apartheid activist Nelson Mandela, because a considerable number of people distinctly recall him passing away while incarcerated, despite the fact that he was released in 1990 and lived until 2013. The Mandela effect refers to collective misremembering of common events or details. It's a fascinating concept that has sparked numerous debates and theories, some of which suggest it as potential evidence of our interaction with parallel universes. The idea is that these shared false memories are the result of our minds slipping into alternate realities, where these events did occur as we remember them. Let's take a trip down memory lane to one of the most popular instances of the Mandela effect: the controversy surrounding the Berenstain Bears. Many of us remember reading about the Berenstain Bears in our childhood books, yet every book in existence today refers to them as the Berenstain Bears. This discrepancy has led some to speculate that we've crossed paths with an alternate universe where the beloved bears are indeed spelled Berenstein. Or perhaps you recall the famous line from the movie Star Wars, "Luke, I am your father." Yet if you rewatch the scene, Darth Vader actually says, "No, I am your father." This is another instance where a large group of people remember a detail differently than it currently exists. Skeptics argue that these instances are simply cases of false memory. The human brain is not infallible after all. It's susceptible to influence and can often fill in gaps with incorrect information. Yet the proponents of the Mandela effect insist that these shared false memories are too specific and too widespread to simply be chalked up to faulty recollection. They believe it's a glimpse into the infinite realities that exist side by side, just out of our perception. Whether it's false memory or proof of parallel universes, the Mandela effect certainly adds to the mystery. So, can we pack our bags and get ready for a trip through time and space? In the realm of theoretical physics, time travel and parallel universes are concepts that never cease to fascinate us. They are the stuff of science fiction, the fodder for countless books, movies, and late-night ponderings. But what is the reality of these concepts? Can we truly expect to hop into a time machine or stumble upon a portal to another universe? Let's delve into this a bit. Firstly, the concept of time travel. It's a tantalizing thought, isn't it? The ability to revisit the past or leap into the future. However, as we've discussed, the reality is fraught with complexities and paradoxes. While Einstein's theory of relativity does allow for the possibility of time dilation, actual time travel into the past remains a theoretical concept. The challenges posed by paradoxes such as the grandfather paradox or the bootstrap paradox present significant obstacles to the practical realization of time travel. Parallel universes, on the other hand, are a cornerstone of the multiverse theory. The idea that there could be an infinite number of universes, each slightly different from the last, is truly mind-boggling. Yet like time travel, this concept remains largely theoretical. While there have been some intriguing findings, such as the anomalies in cosmic microwave background radiation, concrete evidence of parallel universes is yet to be discovered. The reality, as it stands today, is that time travel and parallel universes remain fascinating ideas that push the boundaries of our understanding and imagination. They challenge us to think beyond the three dimensions we're accustomed to and consider the possibilities of a multiverse, of time as a manipulable dimension. While we may not be ready to leap through time or visit our alternate selves, the exploration of these concepts pushes the boundaries of our understanding and imagination.